right. Hello. It is super dim in here. I apologize for that. Yeah. But yeah. Hello, everyone. So we'll wait a couple minutes and for everyone to get the notification that I'm going live. And excuse the pillow in the back. I hurt my back, y'all. But I'm gonna tell y'all more about that in a little bit. But let me see if okay, there it is. It's a bit brighter. All right, yeah. So we'll wait about a minute or two for people to join us. And if you are coming in, as always, welcome. And please leave your zip code in the comments. I'm trying to share this link that you can all click on to be easier. Let me see if it'll work for me. Let's see if you can. All right, it's saying that I sent it during the live, but okay, it showed up. It showed up on my screen. So if it showed up on yours, you can click that Google form, and it's like maybe 3 or 4 questions, and that's your way of being entered into the raffle for joining this live. And then also we can see which neighborhoods we are reaching. It's really important to know where what neighborhoods we're reaching, because we have a special grant to do things. Yes, Teresa, a raffle. You're cracking me up. Yeah, yep, a raffle. She's too funny. That's funny. I don't do the raffle though. We just choose a winner and someone else sends out the raffle. All you have to do is click on that link and enter in your information, and we choose a winner each meeting. So thanks for asking. Yes, super easy. It's a $25 Visa gift card. That's what you win. So yes. All right. So for the sake of the live being recorded and people may watch the recording, I won't delay much further. But today's topic is my baby getting enough milk? So just in case Ezra joins us or doesn't join us, I have my baby model here. And he can help demonstrate anything that I need, but just want to let you know I have them. But yes, we will be talking about, is your baby getting enough breast milk? That is a common question that all mamas have. But before we get started on that, I did have some COVID updates that I wanted to share with you all. Let me pull it up here on my phone. And as you're joining us, there's a link in the comments. Please feel free to click on that link so you can be entered into the raffle. Right now, we're just going to discuss some COVID information for everyone. And we will get started with our topic on, is my baby getting enough milk? All right. So be sure to click on that link. So let's go through the COVID information, and I will put this COVID information in the chat as well if you need to. Can everyone see my comments? That's the first question. If you can see my comments, let me know, because I put 3 links in the comment section and I just want to make sure you can see it. So if you can give me a thumbs up, a yes, a wave, something, let me know that those things are coming through. Okay, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. All right, perfect. All right, so as of July 1st, not much information has changed as to how we go about dealing with being a testing positive for COVID, or your baby testing positive for COVID. It's the same protocol. Yes, it's the same protocol that you have taken that we've been discussing. So there is the quarantining yourself, continue to wash your hands thoroughly, wear a face mask when you are nursing your baby, keep yourself away from others. It's the same thing. But if you want to look at that information in much detail, the link is in the chat. If you had any extra questions, please put it in the comment section, and we can discuss it during the live or afterwards. All right, so let's get into it. Is my baby getting enough breast milk? So let's discuss it. It's one of the biggest concerns that most mamas have, right? Because it's not a bottle. A lot of times we are not, if you are feeding your baby directly from the breast, you can't see how much your baby is getting. It's not a bottle. It's not like formula or even express breast milk where you're measuring and you feed your baby and you're like, okay, I know that my baby just got 2 ounces at this feeding and at that feeding, so I know that my baby's full. But I can assure you there are other ways to know that your baby is getting enough breast milk. So I see that there's 2 people joining us. If you would like to chime in, what do you think one of those ways are that you know that your baby is getting enough breast milk? And there's a good bit of ways here. I have lots of notes, so if you come up with something, I'm sure your answer is correct. So I'll wait about 30 seconds because I know there's a delay. Don't be shy. If you know, you know. If not, that's okay too. I love Jeopardy. We used to watch that as a family. I miss doing that in the evenings. That was fun. Okay. All right. So I don't see any. Okay, there we go. He's not grumpy. Yes, very good, Tirza, my breastfeeding expert friend. My sister from another mister. Yes, you are correct. Baby is not grumpy. Here we go. Your baby will definitely not be grumpy. After you feed your baby, they will feel very relaxed, right? Satisfied. You'll even get these little, while they're sleeping, some little things that they do. Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking about my baby right now. So cute. Their hands are open. They're not tight anymore, especially if you started feeding your baby when they started to get, when they were crying and stuff. Their hands aren't tight anymore, right? They're nice and relaxed. They're not grumpy. That's very good. I love that. Absolutely. So let me go to the top of my notes here and discuss some ways to make sure a baby is getting enough breast milk. So in regards to a newborn, it is strongly advised that we feed our babies on demand. And we are going to talk some more about those signs of hunger a little later to help encourage that we are meeting our baby's needs when they are communicating with us. As we all know, babies do not talk, right? But they do things with their bodies and through their actions to let us know that what they want. Hungry, diaper change, they just want to be held, right? They let us know. But we're going to talk about the signs that they show to let us know that they are hungry. And I'm going to let everybody know right now, I might have my son come in here. He's 5 months. I fed him. He was full and satisfied, but he still may make a debut. So if I need to stop for a minute or two, that's why. But we're nursing our babies on demand, meaning that in a 24-hour period, your baby should be at the breast at least, especially as a newborn, at least 10 times during that period for the first 2 to 3 weeks. But as your baby does get older, they'll become more and more efficient at the breast, and they may need to nurse less frequently. Now, some people will say, well, I'm not sure if my baby's getting enough because he's always eating. He's always at the breast. He's always, I just fed him and now I need to feed him again. Or I just fed her like 20 minutes ago. Like, you're hungry again? Yes, that is very common. Some feedings may be close together, even an hour apart, while some feedings are less frequent. So feedings do not need to be evenly spaced out. It's very common for a baby to want to eat at 1 in the morning time. Maybe baby was very wanted lots of cuddles and was nursing vigorously at the breast, but then would stop. But then it's any little subtle thing that woke them up might have them at the breast again in about 30 minutes. And then later on that evening, you get a longer stretch of rest. So maybe babies slept for 2.5 hours between those 2 feedings. So it's very common for babies to have irregular feedings. We feed our babies by looking at them, not the clock. So that's something to always keep in mind when you are breastfeeding, because we don't even eat by a clock. We are knowledgeable of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a snack in between, but there's no set times. You may, even at work, you might have a lunch break at 10:30, but you might not even be hungry. You know what I mean? You probably get hungry as soon as you swipe back in. You're like, you know what? I should have ate something. Now I'm hungry. Because we don't really eat by a clock, and neither do babies, right? So, in regards to those irregular feedings, nighttime feedings too. Nighttime feedings can be very irregular, and it's very normal for babies to have a beautiful stretch of maybe 3 hours, especially as newborns. It's a miraculous thing. They'll sleep for 3 hours and then might be up, that next feeding, you feed them after that 3-hour stretch and then they wake up again in an hour. Very normal. Your baby, I promise you, is still getting enough. If they were, we're going to talk about what a good latch looks like and what a good feeding looks like. As long as baby's hitting those criterias, your baby is getting enough. Being at the breast frequently is not an immediate thing to be worried about, that your baby is not getting enough milk. Okay, so what about wet diapers and dirty diapers, right? You can't get baby to a pediatrician and to get weighed, and you're nervous that baby's not getting enough. Something to look at is their wet and their dirty diapers. For a newborn, on day 1, you can expect 1 wet diaper. On day 2, 2 wet diapers. And on day 3, 3 wet diapers. And on day 4, 4 wet diapers. Very good. So this will happen all the way up to day 6, where baby can have 6 wet diapers on the 6th day, and then forever. It'll just keep going. As long as baby is having after day 6 an adequate amount of wet diapers, that milk is going in, is being processed, the nutrients from your breast milk is being used up, and there's an output, right, of urine. So now we have dirty diapers, poopy diapers, okay? I have some illustrations of poopy diapers I wanted to show you all. Let me see. So, I know Teresa's like, oh my goodness, she is really talking about this. I am talking about poopy diapers. She's so funny. I can see you cracking up if you're listening. Okay, so let me get these out. Pardon me, my bag is not as organized as I would like it to be. So poopy diapers. All right, so on day 1, you are going to have poopy diapers. It's called meconium. It's called meconium, and it's this dark, tarry-like poop that your baby will have. So I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's dark, and this also represents the size of your baby's belly. That's why I like this illustration. Can't really see that it's black. Oop. But either way, it's meconium, and that can look like this in your baby's diaper. It'll look like that. Very tarry, black meconium, stick to baby's butt, which is really good. So that's what you would expect to see on day 1 of your newborn. And on day 2, it'll be a bit more brownish. I don't have that one, but here is. And then on day 3, it'll turn into like a brownish yellow. It'll transition. So you'll have this, and sometimes even like a little bit of a greenish look. So here's an illustration of that in here. I love these cute little diapers. Anybody cloth diaper? Does anybody cloth diaper? Let me know. But here it is. Yup, that's what it looks like. Yup. That's exactly what it looks like. Nasty. But that's your baby's poop. That is your baby's poop. Yes. So you'll see that. And then as you are, as he gets older, about day 4 or 5, it'll slowly start to turn into this yellowy, seedy poop around day 5. Kind of look like this color. Okay, Trista says she cloth diapered 5 years ago. I know, right? I cloth diapered too. For my, who was it? I cloth diapered Selah, and she is my 3rd child. And I didn't cloth diaper after her. I just couldn't do it. It's too many of them. But this is the yellow poop that you'll see at day 5 and afterwards. Okay. And here's this representation in a diaper. Right? She says she cloth diapered when she had more time with laundry. Yeah, it's a dedication. It's a whole thing. There is a mom in the group. Her name, she goes by Destiny or Desi in the group, and she is an amazing cloth diaper representative because she showed us, and I felt inspired. And then I came home to all my children, and I said, I don't want to do that no more. But it's possible, and she did it up until they were toddlers. So I commend her for that. That's something I would love to do one day, but we'll see. But here we go. The yellow semi-liquid stool after day 5. So some newborns will poop after each feeding. Oh, I just, as I say that, I just get flashbacks of my son. He was one of those children that would poop. It seemed like after every feeding. I couldn't, like, oh man. And he was my first one. I'm talking about my first son. He was my first one. No. But but stools do typically taper off, and it may not occur every day as babies get older. So breastfed babies, if you don't know, breast milk is like a laxative. It keeps baby very regular. So as they are being breastfed adequately throughout the day, they'll have, some blowouts, as people like to call it, and they'll poop frequently. but it's not uncommon to have babies go 1 or 2 days without pooping. But once it gets around day 3, definitely contact your pediatrician and let your pediatrician know, I've been tracking my baby's wet and dirty diapers, and I notice that he or she has not pooped for 3 days, and wanted to talk to you about that. And they'll be able to monitor that for you or give you some advice as to what to do. If your baby is experiencing any constipation, you notice a lot of grunting, like right, and nothing's coming out, try a baby massage along with contacting your pediatrician. Try a baby massage and see if that helps. YouTube has amazing videos as to how to go about doing one. It's very simple and easy. If you guys would like to see us maybe demonstrate how to do a baby massage, let us know. We can do that here with you as well. That'd be fun. Yeah, let us know. Okay, so along the lines of, is my baby getting enough, right? You went to the pediatrician. I'm thinking of scenarios in my head that you all may be having. So I'm thinking like, okay, I went to the pediatrician's office and they said that my baby lost weight and I've been breastfeeding. What is going on? Do I need to supplement now? Like, I don't understand. So it is very normal for babies to lose some weight in their first few days of life. It is normal. So they can lose up to 10% is the maximum weight loss that they can lose. And it's completely normal. Completely normal. A lot of that weight that they had at birth is a lot of water weight. And a lot of that water weight goes away after they've been earthside for a couple of days, right? Okay. That's why that 3rd day pediatrician appointment is very important, in that I believe they do it 3 day and week 1, so 7 day. Day 3 and day 7 of life is very important because you're able to see baby getting weighed, and they can give you some tips as to if you need help with breastfeeding or if supplementing is in order. If you're doing something, if you're whatever it is. So if you do notice that baby is not gaining a lot of weight and you're exclusively breastfeeding, definitely contact a COC like myself, or if your pediatrician's office has an on-staff IBCLC or a CLC that can help you to have a better latch. Sometimes it's just a latch, but we're going to get there. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But weight checks are important, but they're a great way to determine if your baby is getting enough milk. So, fun fact. I was having some issues with my latch, and Ningazi, if you are here in Pittsburgh and you have talked lactation with anybody, you know who Ningazi is. But she came to my home to assist me in my latch, and this is a couple babies ago. And when she got there, we weighed baby, and she had me nurse. You know, we was going to do all the things I'm going to tell you. We're listening for swallows and checking my latch and stuff for pain. And after I gave us a nursing session, she put the baby back on the scale, and the baby weighed more. I couldn't believe that could be monitored or allotted in some way that quickly with that little bit. But there are these newborn scales when you go to your pediatrician's office or have a lactation specialist come to your home with a scale. There's special scales that are used to measure to the gram, like for babies, or yeah, to the grams, because they do it in grams. So yes, weight checks, they're important. They are very adequate, and all pediatricians' office use the best scales to get the most accurate weights for your baby. And if your baby is not gaining well, after 2 weeks, or a week, you go and they're like, okay, I want to see, I see that your baby's not gaining well. Have you thought about supplementing or something like that? Ask them if you're able to do a weight check. My pediatrician is completely fine with me doing weight checks. I've had 2 of my children. I have 6 altogether. If you didn't know, I didn't even introduce myself. Whatever. I have 6 children. And there was 2 of them that we just had some issues with weight gain in the beginning. But we did weight checks. And, as long as I was coming back in a couple of days to get reweighed, to show that I am able to breastfeed and I have adequate milk supply. I just need to do some tweaking here and there. They're cool with that. And that's okay. So see if a weight check, a follow-up weight check will be available to you if you are having some issues in that area. And remember, in that meantime, contact a CLC or an IBCLC to help you with your latch if needed. Let's see here. What else do I have here on my notes? Okay, so sometimes babies seem to take a good feeding at the breast, but wake within a few minutes wanting more. All you have to do is offer the breast again. It will likely be a short top off feeding and your baby will drop off to sleep. Babies do that. There's so many things. My mind is just going, I'm just trying to stay in this lane. But breastfeeding has so many more benefits than just feeding your baby. Your baby was in your belly for all that time. They know your voice. They got used to your heartbeat. They were comfortable in there. And as soon as they were born, they saw you, right? They're like, oh, that's the lady. That's the lady that was talking all that time. And they love you, right? So a lot of times when babies wake up, they may want to comfort feed. They may want to feel the closeness to you, and they may express that through wanting to eat. So even though you just fed your baby and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm feeding him all the time, baby may also be expressing that they want some closeness. They want more mommy time, maybe to be held. They just want to be close. And like, I said earlier, even though the baby's going back to the breast, is that second feeding that they're coming back, is it a long, drawn out feeding, or was it just them just on you for a second and they doze back off and they're now content, right? That's fine. Completely normal. Baby is getting enough. So, what does signs of hunger look like? At this age, especially the newborn age, rooting is very, very common. I'll use him to demonstrate. So baby is on your chest, and you'll notice that he's coming up and just kind of going like this on your body. Sometimes they'll even try to go for your face. But if they're close enough. But yes, rooting like that is a sign of hunger. Hey, love.
I just want to put something else.
Okay. Here you go. It's coming up for the phone. Mouth movement. Let me take a sip of my tea here. Mouth movement. You'll see babies kind of going with their tongue, moving it around, grunting grunting sounds, hand to mouth. You'll see a lot of doing this, right? Arms and legs are moving. So before all of of this is happening, right? None of this is crying. Baby, typically when the grunting is going on and the rooting and the mouth, none of this is crying. No, babies aren't crying yet. That when a baby starts to cry, that's their last resort. They're like, mommy didn't pick up any of my cues, any of the signs of hunger that I expressed. So now I'm going to cry and get your attention. And that's okay. You know, a lot of time I am a mother of 6, breastfed all of them for at least a year. Believe me, I know, like, you're going to miss it sometimes. You'll be like, oh, baby, I didn't know. You're going to miss them. But if you can, especially during this early age, it can be very predictable. Yes, Izzy, go around the other side. Go around that way. We have a visitor. But if you're able to pick up on those early hunger cues, signs of hunger, then you can really cut down on your baby's crying. I feel like my most recent baby, he's 5 months. It's like he doesn't even cry. And I don't even want to say that he's a good baby, because all babies are good, right? He, you know, I'm just, hold on, don't knock it over, baby. I'm just able to pick up on his cues so much more frequently. And I'm like, wow, like, that really works. Izzy, that really works. Don't, Izzy, look at mommy. I'm serious. Don't put your head in the camera, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. It's very true. Meeting their needs before they get to the crying part is key. It's key. I'm a living witness to it. It really works. Stop, Izzy. So, signs of a good latch, right? You saw all the cues. You, like, okay, baby's rooting. He's ready to eat. Izzy, stop. Stop. Thank you. Now we're getting baby to the breast. I'm sorry, y'all. He's tired. Izzy, stop it. So, first and foremost, you want to make sure your latch is relatively comfortable and the latch on pain goes away. Okay, Izzy, you have to stop. Go downstairs, okay? You have to go downstairs. Okay, go ahead and get it. That's fine. You can have it. Tell Leah I said yes, okay? Thank you, sweetheart. So, a latch should be comfortable. It should not hurt. And pain, you know, if you do feel that tugging and it's uncomfortable, you know, it's something that you can get used to. If you notice your shoulders is doing like that and your feet are beginning to curl and you like, nobody talk to me, ow, ow, ow. Pain, stop, take baby off and try again. The lips of your baby should be at the breast, and it says 140-degree angle, but you know that a right angle, right? This is a right angle. So basically baby's mouth, oh, I don't have a, let me see, do I? No, but baby's mouth should be almost like a straight line. Like when your baby's on the breast, if you look, next time you look at the crease of their mouth. Is it like this? Right? You can see my mouth is barely open. Look at that crease versus he's doing it with me. Right? You want your baby's mouth, the crease of their mouth, to be as straight up and down as possible. It says 140 degrees, obviously. 140 degrees or more. Not quite a straight line, but you know what I mean. As straight as possible. You want more areola in your mouth. And baby's lips are out. Right? We don't want them in. We can do a quick exercise of that. If you go like this, if you tuck your lips under your teeth and you press down really hard, it's a lot of pressure. Now if you pucker your lips out and do that, you can see the difference between the amount of strength it takes or pain it could be on your nipple if baby's lips are tucked in versus flanged out. He wants to be with mommy. Okay, but Izzy, if you want to be here, you have to be quiet, okay? Mommy's making a video, okay? Okay. All right. And we can discuss more. If you are having issues with a good latch, definitely comment below. We can talk more about it, or even have do a virtual a virtual consult with a Healthy Start. If you have a little one and you're needing help, I can put Healthy Start's information in the chat too. He's so tired. Izzy, okay. You have to be quiet. I can't go on. Sorry, y'all. So, my baby's not getting enough. How do I know if my baby is full? So, we talked about not being grumpy anymore. Baby isn't grumpy. Baby is drowsy and sleepy. We talked about those hands being tight, 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 but they open up. Go downstairs, okay? Thank you. Go downstairs. You have to go. Thank you. Go. Go right now. I'm gonna go get the dictionary. You wanna hold the book? Yes, you can. You're scared of the thunder? All right, then sit right there. Sit right over there on the floor. Right there. Sit over there. Yes, right there. I'm almost done, okay? Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. So, babies show sign of fullness because they're drowsy. Baby comes off the breast. You know your baby is, we call that milk drunk over here. They come off the breast and milk is just falling off the side of their face and they just sleep with their cute little selves. The hands and the shoulders are relaxed. Your baby's face appears to be relaxed and sleeps for a period of time. So right after nursing section, especially in the newborn stage, babies will sleep very well after a good feeding of a good latch. Okay. Shh. Okay. Stay right there. Okay. You can stand up. Just stay right there. Okay. Okay, so signs of a good feeding. You can hear your baby swallowing. Swallowing is good key. Is key to a good feeding. You notice that after feeding, your breast feels softer. Okay. While you're nursing, you're going to feel a tug on your nipple as baby is breastfeeding, and it won't hurt, but it'll be like a pulling, and it's a stretch. I'll try to resurface this video of a baby demonstrating how much of the breast goes into a baby's mouth. Goes into a baby's mouth during a feeding. So it's definitely a tug there, but it should not hurt. Breastfeeding should not hurt. You see milk in your baby's mouth, especially after they're milk drunk. You'll see milk there. A lot of times when you're nursing on one side of the breast and you have a really good latch, your opposite side of your breast will begin to leak. Okay, baby, it's okay. It'll beginning to leak or have at least the feeling of the letdown reflex. Vigorously nursing. So while baby is at the breast, as soon as they get on, it's not that they stop. Like they're nursing, or I'm sorry, sucking, and then they pause to swallow. And then you'll notice suck, swallow, suck, swallow, and then I'll go suck, swallow, suck, swallow, suck, swallow. And that means that they really got a good flow going, okay? And as those suck swallows begin to slow down, baby will stop nursing. And then as I like to stroke my little one's cheeks if they're still on and I know that they're sleeping, and they'll move again. And then if I do it maybe 2 or 3 more times, they usually come off themselves. But that's when I see the milk coming out of their mouth, and they are sleeping. They're relaxed. They're content. They were fed. Okay. So, some questions that you still may have after knowing all of these ways that your baby is getting enough milk, right? So your baby has not begun to gain weight by day 5 after birth, and has not regained birth weight by 2 weeks. This would be a very, very good time to speak with a lactation consultant and have your a breastfeeding session assessed. A lot of times it's just a simple tweak, oh, just roll your baby this way, or try this breastfeeding position versus something else. It doesn't have to be this dramatic end all be all. It doesn't have to end your breastfeeding journey. Just have your latch assessed and see where we can go from there. Okay, your baby, another question is, your baby is not voiding at least 6 to 8 times per day. Meaning, oh wait, hold on. Okay, your baby is not having stools, several stools a day. We talked earlier about sometimes babies won't poop every day, but definitely by that 3rd day, you want to reach out to your pediatrician and say, my baby has not been pooping. And even then, it will be a good time to reaching out to your pediatrician. Even then, it'd be a good time to have a lactation consultant assess your latch and see what we can do from there. Okay? Reasons why we always suggest that you have your latch assessed is because building a good milk supply is very important. If you don't get off to a good start, on a very anatomical level, right, it begins to close doors or to shorten breastfeeding our milk ducts, okay? It starts to affect them. Your body just automatically knows, hello. Here we go. Here's our special guest. I knew he will make it, but he's here. But okay, no, Israel, go back. Ezra is the special guest.
Yes, he is.
You want to be in the camera. Okay, at the very end, okay? I'll let you say goodbye, okay? Okay. It's very important that you get breastfeeding on to a good start, because those milk ducts will begin to close off and to not produce as much milk. Our bodies are very smart. Listening to our bodies are very smart. I'm not going to go on that tangent. And if you are not pulling the milk from your breast, your body will just read that as, we don't need any milk here. Like, close up that door, close that door. We just want to turn this off. Versus having baby at the breast with a good latch, with frequent feedings. Your body is reading that as, okay, like, we have a baby here. She's nursing so much, we might have twins. So we need to even produce even more milk, okay? So it's very important to get off to a good start. If you need to be seen by a lactation counselor, don't hesitate. I have seen so many. I've called in. I've had virtual consults. I've had in-person consults. I am not shy to getting that help at all. So I feel like I rambled on a lot. If anyone has any questions, please put it in the chat below. Israel, I told you no. I told you no. Okay, thank you. Okay, I am going to try. Oh, there we go. I can turn that camera. If you have not already put your information in for the raffle, click on that Google's form link. Israel, they can't hear me when you're screaming. You can win a $25 gift card by just letting us know what neighborhood you represent so we can know which areas that we're reaching in the city. What else? Let me see. Okay, Trisha said, it's important to not be hesitant with questions. That is so true. That is so true. You know, I can go on a tangent about this too. There's so many things, y'all. It can get really deep. But we are in a society today that we don't have, you know, aunties and grandmas and things like that. If you're not coming from a breastfeeding family, you know, my mom did say she breastfed me for like, I think she said a couple months, which is great. I love that. But you know, when it comes to getting that support and the mechanics of it all, you know, a lot of times our moms and aunties and friends, you know, they can't help us in that area. And that's where, this is why this group is so important, is to let you all know that we are here for you in that aspect. And we try to be there for you guys in other aspects too. Eating healthy and literacy for our babies and things like that. But most importantly, for breastfeeding, don't hesitate to ask. She says, because your baby's health and comfort and feeding is so important. Whew. The power in the breast milk. It is so important. And as we discussed in other lives, breast milk doesn't have to come immediately from your breast. You can express it. That is still breastfeeding. And when you put it into a bottle. But breast milk is just filled with so many important things. You know, our bodies are designed perfectly to feed our babies right after birth. And you have that power and that information and all within yourself. You have it. So they are taking over the show. Hi, Ashara. I see a couple people hopping on. I pinned the Google form to the top of the chat. So if you got to check this live out after, please feel free to fill it in. We will do the raffle tomorrow. And you'll be notified if you are a winner. Do we have any questions? Any questions about if your baby's getting enough? Does anyone feel more confident in their abilities to nurse, or they don't feel as worried? Stop, baby. About if your baby's getting enough, or maybe now you're like, how do you increase my milk supply? I want to increase it. Maybe you're curious about that. Now's a good time to ask some questions. Our next farmers market meetup is next week. We will be distributing food bucks. So food bucks basically is free money. I have no other way to explain it. It's a way for you to go into a farmer's market and buy produce for your babies almost for free. You each time you meet up with a peer champion, you'll get $8 worth. And you can do a lot with $8 at the farmer's market. Especially hold on, Izzy. Especially with the babies. Especially when you are presenting your food bucks. The farmers always work with you. So say if you know, you have $8 in food bucks and you spent $9. I've never had them be like, give me $1 or something like that. Like, they will take my $8 and move on. Can't say that'll happen every single time, but I'm just saying it's happened to me almost every time. So, Izzy, they can't hear me, baby. So food bucks are free. If you would like them mailed to you, you can let us know. If you would like to meet up with us so we can show you how to use the food bucks at the farmers markets, you can do that. I plan on meeting up at the East Food Co-op. Am I saying that right? East End Food Co-op. East End Food Co-op. Either next week or the week after to distribute things. I know we were giving out diapers and breast pads and things like that along with the food bucks. If you need any of those things, please let us know. We have money to purchase those things for our mamas, especially since we aren't meeting up in person just yet. We are looking into meeting up in person as well. Keep a lookout for that information. Any updates, I'll be sure to post it in the group and pin it to the announcement section. So visit the announcement section frequently because all the updates are usually in there about the meetups and what we're giving out. But yeah, this was a good meeting. I rambled. I appreciate the input that you all gave. And yeah, what do you think, Ezra? What do you think? You ready to eat? Oh, y'all see that? Oh, he's attacking me. Can you show them that mouth of me? Up. There he goes. Now he's 5 months, so of course he's going to be a little bit more active, and he's getting his first teeth. But I want him to show y'all that mouth in action, that mouth movement. But he's not doing it anymore. As he could say, I can eat. You ready to eat? He'd be like, I can eat. I can eat. I'm good. All right. Well, I won't hold you all any longer. I appreciate those who joined in. And keep a lookout for our next virtual meetup or in-person meetup. And I'll see you all next time. All right. Goodbye. Bye.